Hi guys, welcome back, and an update on my 958 Porsche Cayenne. If you remember last time, it was looking in a rather sorry state, sitting on its bump stops at the front and compressor not working, etc, etc. And I had to then find somewhere that could fix it. Now this was actually a little bit more difficult than I envisaged, but eventually via the Porsche Cayenne owners group on Facebook, somebody actually pointed me towards a Porsche specialist in Wellingborough called DW Performance, and I spoke to the guys there. Carl is the main guy, and he was like, yeah, sure, get it over here and we'll fix it for you. So the day come, off it goes on the back of a trailer, and I wait to hear the news whether it's going to be good or bad. Now I did imagine that it could cost a fair chunk of change. Obviously suspension, I thought, you know, we could be going for struts, compressor, all of those sorts of things. As it happened, it was one of the cheapest components that could go wrong. It was the actual main, it was actually the main fuse. Now I'd had the main fuse out, I checked the main fuse, and I thought, well, because it's sporadic, you know, sometimes it was working, sometimes it wasn't, or whatever, you know, I thought, and the fuse looked fine, no problem at all. So we had DW Performance, had it over there, started taking a look, and they said to me, it took them a little while to find it, they said actually it was a fuse. They what I hadn't realised is where a fuse would normally burn out, it hadn't burnt out there. It had actually broken right at the bottom by one of the legs. Now these are not the see-through fuses, they're 40 amp fuses, they're not see-through, so you can't actually see in there, but he was messing around with a screwdriver in there and making contacts, and things started working, hence why the it wasn't just an issue that was all the time. So that's what made it very, very difficult to diagnose, but they found it and they replaced the fuse and everything started working, and they left it all weekend, the suspension up at the highest settings, and said to me quite happily that the car was ready to pick up. Well, while it was over there, I spoke to them and said, look, you know, can you give me a gearbox service? And you know, one of the weak parts of the 958 Cayenne is the transfer box. Can they, you know, change the transfer box oil? And so they did that, did the gearbox, and I had a squeaking belt, so they replaced the drive belts at the front, and I went and picked up the car in fantastic running order. So that was just beginning of January. My MOT also run out, so they did that for me straight through, no advisories, but you wouldn't expect there to be anyway, would you? So yeah, I got it back after the fix, obviously the diagnosis and the fix, and obviously the fuse, plus the gearbox service, plus the transfer box oil change, and the belts at the front. It comes to about £770, and I was expecting it possibly to have cost me a few £1,000s if I needed expensive suspension components. So to say I was quite happy would be an understatement. And funnily enough, it all came to about the same price as another local German specialist here in Milton Keynes wanted to charge me for a gearbox service. They actually wanted to charge me £750 just for a gearbox service on a, you know, these 8-speed boxes, which are common boxes across the Volkswagen group. So obviously they're ripping off their customers right, left and centre. But you know, I can't sort of praise DW Performance enough. They are fantastic. They really were. They were great. Carl, the main mechanic there, or owner actually, very, very knowledgeable. Had a long chat with him, obviously, because of what I do and working with Porsches in Hong Kong. We shared a few stories. So that was fantastic. Ever since, the car's been as good as gold. No issues at all. As I've actually worked out, I've done coming on like almost 5,000 miles in this car since I bought it last year. And apart from that suspension issue, it's been fantastic. Thoroughly recommend one, I really do. Now, I've been doing a bit of a mix of runs in this in the past month. So this one's got the optional 100 litre tank, which I believe is an option anyway. So it costs about £140, or I don't know, sometimes a bit more. Diesel's been so expensive here for so long to fill it. Now, if I'm doing just motorway runs, with the miles per gallon I'm getting plus the range indicators and what have you, I'm able to get, I believe, around 800 miles from one tank. I'm not sure, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. I've been doing like a mix of driving, so I've done some motorway driving, driving around Milton Keynes, which is very, very, as I've mentioned before, uses a lot of fuel because it's just fast roads and roundabouts everywhere, so you're always accelerating. And we're getting probably sort of 550 to 600 miles a tank, so we consider that's a lot of accelerating and braking as well. That's not too bad actually. It's pretty reasonable. So on a big old bus like this, so I'm very, very pleased with the fuel consumption as well. I will take it for a service, and for that, of course, I will be going back to DW Performance. It's due a service in July, so it tells me I could do a lot more miles before the next service, but I'll have it done anyway. So I'll just keep on top of everything, and I'm still totally enjoying this car. It is a fantastic piece of kit. Handles like a dream. The air suspension is amazing. Now it's repaired again. That's the especially with these pothole roads we got in the UK. Everywhere I've been actually recently, the potholes are bloody everywhere, so it's a real pain. But anyway, I digress. Car's been fantastic. Suspension runs great. I mean, everything on it is just working as it should. That could be sort of like a jinx in it, a precursor to problems, but I hope not. But just really giving you guys an update, letting you know it's all going well, and I'm extremely happy with the repair. I'm extremely happy with the car. If I got rid of this, if I sold this, I think the only thing I'd replace it with would probably be the 4.2 V8 version, because obviously that has got all the torque, all the power, and it's still a diesel. So it's, oh, that's a bit of a bump, that road. I remember this one now. Yeah. And so yeah, overall, let me just pull over here to finish this off. Let's go there. Stop there because I've got to open it. So yeah, overall, that's the update. Hopefully nothing else will go wrong. I did actually at that point buy another car, which we were going to use to teach my wife how to drive as well. So that I will actually be doing a video on soon. Super little practical beastie with an automatic gearbox. So yeah, we'll catch up on that soon. And another one on the, I've got a bike one coming up, and I'm also doing a collaboration with another YouTuber on bikes as well, very, very shortly. So anyway, that's all for now. I will be putting another video up very soon, so take care, like, subscribe, all of those sort of things, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.